Welcome back, everybody, to the Blue Collar Geeks podcast. My name's Chris.
And I'm Mike.
I'm Hammy.
And I'm Mikey.
This is a podcast about geek culture where we don't go too deep, just a tip. And we are missing Matt again this week, but he should be back.
Must be sick.
Next week. Must be sick again. The poor guy. What is it now? He's got the AIDS. All right. Like we start off every show, what are we drinking? I think we have one drink in the
None of
house.
you three, because you're bitches.
I think this is going to be considered the AA episode.
No,
Yeah,
it's an
for
intervention
bitches.
for Hammy. He's the one with the beer. Hammy, what are you drinking?
Ninkasi, Dawn of the Red.
That's a cool name. I like that.
Yep, everybody else is drinking nothing or water.
Nothing.
I
I've
could
had this
take
beer before.
Fireball
I'm pretty sure
shots,
I've had it on the
but-
show before. It's delicious.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's our drinking segment.
Hey, thanks,
And-
guys.
Yeah.
Well, it's been another great week, and you can reach us at...
Yeah.
All right, guys, so let's talk about our week. I know that it's been kind of slow for video games, no new releases, anything like that. So what has been tying you guys over?
Mortal Kombat X and Battlefield Hardline is what I've been playing as far as video games go. What is the name of the board game we played, Chris?
Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Sentinels of the Multiverse is a board game that we played this week, so that's all the gaming I've done this week.
Nice. Hammy.
Okay. Hammy.
Battlefield 4, very little Battlefield Hardline. Mortal Kombat X, little Happy Wars, Borderlands. I think that's about it. Yeah,
Nice.
You'll think of something in 5 minutes.
I always do.
Mikey?
Played a couple nights of Battlefield 4, played Happy Wars for about 10 minutes, and then the other night, Hammy and I played Borderlands, the pre-sequel. But that was it.
Nice. I played Mortal Kombat, Battlefield. I did get an early release demo of Battlefront, which was cool. That I'll talk about later in the show.
Right, Sure you did.
Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah, after you log off.
Yeah, but that's been it. I've been playing board games. What did we play the other night? Cards Against Humanity and Cloud 9, which was pretty cool. It's a press your luck game.
Why was I invited? The fuck? Just kidding.
No one likes you.
Oh, wait. Do you live here?
Work.
No.
You were working. Okay.
He's
Well,
always working.
you untalkative fucks. All right, we're
Working
going to
the
move on
corner.
to what have you been watching? Because I know that you guys have been consuming shit left and right.
Mike.
Not literal shit. That's gross. Yeah, Mike's been binge watching
Binging.
stuff, not at work. He has
Everything.
not been watching things at work.
Nope, never. Never
At
at all.
work.
Hmm.
All right, let's start with Mike.
I started last week. I just began watching Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. As of right now, I am completely caught up. And they are in season 2 at the
How many
end.
cumulative hours is that?
Somewhere around 28. Because it's
That's like a
31
part-time job.
episodes. That's 31 episodes, but they're 40 minutes, so I don't know exactly.
That makes it better.
Yes, I watched all of that. I'm completely caught up on that. I watched all of Agent Carter. I watched for the first time both the Captain America movies, and I'm on episode 8 of Daredevil, and I'm on episode 2 of Gotham. But that's all what I've been watching this week. I'm super happy with all of it. I think my least favorite of them is probably Gotham so far because it's just chaos. But I'm gonna give it a little bit longer, see if it calms down. And
Yeah, give it a couple episodes.
Yeah, like 3 more.
Definitely.
Takes a
yeah,
little
that's
while.
what I've been watching this week.
Yeah.
Mikey, what have you been consuming in your eye pussy?
What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm trying to add to this freaking show. No one's talking.
It was weird.
I finished the entire season
I
of Daredevil, so that was it was a good ending so far.
So far, the ending is good, or it's over and it was good.
Well, so far the show's good, but the ending was good as well. So it's good. Both are good. First favorite. After last week's show, I ended up watching Arrow and Flash for last week. I haven't watched this week's episodes yet, but both those have been awesome. So apparently some stuff goes down this week. It was building last week, and then a bunch of stuff went down last week in Arrow. So those shows are both gearing up to be really good and continuing. And I'm glad, CW is renewing a lot of their shows already, guaranteeing that. So those are both on there that they're going to continue. So that's good to hear.
They hit a slam dunk with Arrow. I mean, it seemed outside of CW's wheelhouse. I know they did. Were they in charge of Smallville?
I believe so.
Yeah, but the rest of their shows they're like horrible daytime TV. But then they have Arrow, which is amazing.
Yep.
What did I miss?
What do you mean, what'd you miss?
Just see these guys chuckling like I missed something.
Nothing. Mike just put his headset on. I think just to look like the rest of us.
Yep.
Hammy, what have you been consuming?
I've been sticking with my regulars this week. Arrow, Flash, which I just watched the newest episode today. Awesome. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm up there with Mike, fully caught up on it. Amazingness that show is, and is getting even better, leading right into Age of Ultron. And that's pretty much all I've really watched as far as shows go.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Via Mike watching all the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm jumping into it. Now I'm on episode 10. And, I mean, we can be a little spoilerific because we're on to season 2. But the episode where Coulson's skull is fucking off his brain and that weird-ass robot is probing him, that was the craziest shit I've ever... That was so out of left field. Like, I was not expecting it
that's
at
Tahiti.
all.
That's Tahiti. That's Project Tahiti.
Yeah.
Such a great show. Thoroughly impressed with it. Like, I started it right when it was released, and I got about 3 episodes in. I could not pull myself to watch this fucking show. So somebody's breathing right in the microphone.
Is this better?
I've been keeping up with Flash, which I love. It's getting a little too melodramatic with all the love triangles and shit and who loves who, and
That's part of it.
I know.
You'll find out if you keep watching.
I just want to see face punches. But
Face punch.
I watched the last episode of Gotham, which was fucking awesome. They had their first villain that is...
Hey, easy.
Oh, I won't ruin anything. That is, like, truly fucking evil. Just sick, psychotic son of a bitch. And, yeah, it was awesome that they went super dark with it. And, like, if this is on regular cable programming, there's a couple of scenes where I'm just like, I'm surprised. If this is on Fox, that they would be playing this on any daytime hour. But, yeah, I really liked the last episode. It was super dark. Has a nice conclusion to it, which is sweet. Yeah, I had finished Daredevil, and I might start watching Agent Carter. I don't know. It looks so boring.
It's one of those shows that's just going to give you a lot of backstory to stuff. It's not going to be like super, super high action packed, although it is cool because it incorporates Howard, which would be fucking, oh my god, Tony Stark's dad. So Howard Stark. And it's cool because you don't really read about him that much in the comics, so you get to like see what they do to kind of make him unique. And it pans out to everything Tony Stark says, as he refers to him in the movies. So it's really cool. You get to see Agent Carter, who creates S.H.I.E.L.D., and you get to see the build up to all that. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot of backstory. So you're gonna want to have to know backstory, not high action, fast paced stuff.
Right. Sweet. So there's a the problem is finding time to consume all this stuff. There's so much amazing TV out there. Like, I'm putting Game of Thrones on hold to watch all of the CW programming, and that's insane.
Yeah, CW is definitely doing good things right now. They're capitalizing on this huge upward trend of comics and superheroes right now, and they definitely hit the spot with all this.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree. They've been awesome. I love what they're doing.
All right,
just a
Jesus.
comment. Quee said that he'll be wearing his Captain America hoodie to Age of Ultron.
Nice. Speaking of who's going to go to that and when, are you going at midnight on Thursday? Sometime
Nope.
this weekend?
Probably
Saturday night?
sometime this weekend. Maybe Saturday night.
I don't know. I have Friday off, so I may go Friday at like 11 in the morning.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going on Saturday, but I'm convinced I need to see this in IMAX and 3D if possible.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever been to an IMAX movie, so
What?
We'll have
Yeah.
to change that.
Yeah, IMAX is good. The 3D,
The 3D is definitely a toss-up, but I think the technology has gotten so good. It used to be like the movie would get a lot darker because the early lenses that they had were so thick that it put like a black shade over everything, so you feel like you're missing the movie. But it's gotten a lot better. But I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
we'll see though. I don't know. I still prefer
Yeah.
my standard movie watching experience.
I've only seen a couple movies in 3D, and they usually irritated me to where I kept wanting to take the glasses off and just go back to normal. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll give it a try.
All right, nerds. I want to hear about your latest week of diving into comics, possibly.
Well, I'll just go ahead and start. I haven't read any new comics, but I did just get done purchasing Marvel Unlimited, so
Legitimately just got done.
legitimately like 2 seconds before the show started.
Yeah.
So I will be reading some new stuff.
Yeah, Marvel Unlimited is definitely amazing. I've already polished off the Age of Ultron. As far as the comics go, that was amazing. I've started the Avengers vs. X-Men, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. I've only dabbled the first episode or first issue, but it's so far so good. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me know when you get to the part that is the what the fuck moment. I'm curious.
okay, I'll read it all tonight.
Nice.
In AVX?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You call Chris at like 3 in the morning. Chris, I found it.
Chris,
I got it. Why?
I'm at the what the
God.
fuck moment. What do I do with my life?
I have a knife to my wrist now. Tell me what to do.
I'm confused. Do I go up or
It's
across
just-
the river? I don't know.
It's such a good comic. I'm glad you're reading that because it's so awesome. I also recommend reading Civil War. So after you get done with AVX, you probably want to go into All New X-Men, but then you could backtrack and go to Civil War because they're about to make another Avengers movie about it, and it is an amazing story arc. So, yeah,
Okay, I will.
I'll send you guys homework.
Please do. So I need guidelines as far as what to read next because it's hard. I mean, the app itself does a good job at letting you kind of pick where you want to go, but it's still overwhelming at points. So be my
There's
guide on
thousands.
this journey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Chris, what'd you read this week?
Get back into Saga. I've already read the first trade paperback, but I'm reading it again just so I can kind of follow along the story. It's a Brian K. Vaughan story, and it's essentially like Romeo and Juliet meet sci-fi, and it's a very fast-paced story where two people from different planets that shouldn't fall in love or shouldn't even be together are having a baby together, and there's royalty involved, and they're trying to kill their baby. So they're essentially fleeing, but it's like you have to get a taste for it. You have to read through the story and ignore that some people have TVs for heads, and that there's a goat boy, and that there's a chick with bat wings.
I couldn't do it.
And Mike's already turned off, but it's so well written it doesn't matter. It's like any other comic. They could look completely ridiculous, but as long as the story's there, it's totally worth reading. And then I've continued reading Thief of Thieves, and that is like fucking The Sopranos meet The Bourne Supremacy. It is so good. This is probably one of my favorite comics of all time. It has a Gone in 60 Seconds vibe where they're putting together heists, essentially, and you see them play out, but they don't give you all of the planning ahead of time. So you get to follow along and be surprised and see every twist because they're not giving you the whole story. And there's just so many parts where I stop and go, what the fuck? That is so amazing.
So Ocean's 11 style.
Exactly. I mean, it's every freaking heist movie that you've ever seen, but it has the Sopranos, like people who've been friends forever or families that are, you know, battling each other at the same time. There's just so much politics going on within like the crime families and people. God, it's such a good book. So it's called Thief of Thieves. It's by Image. Fucking read it. The first trade paperback is the best trade I've ever read. Hands down, best ending I've ever seen in my life.
I was watching him read this book, and literally every 2 minutes, what the fuck? What the fuck? Every 2 minutes.
It is so good. It is so fucking good. So yeah, I've been reading that. But again, I'm kind of having Hammy's problem where there's just so much out there, and it's so hard to just pick and choose because time is so limited. But yeah, I also subscribe to Marvel Unlimited. Wow, they're getting $30 a month from our podcast, which is pretty sweet. Till Mikey jumps on board.
I didn't read anything this week. I've been too busy with work.
It's excuses. You have time when you're going to sleep. Read it then.
Yeah.
I think I have 8 hours of sleep in the last 2 days.
More than enough.
Sounds comfortable.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right, so we don't really have any games to rate. There was nothing new unless you guys played something that you...
Mr. No
All
Show
right.
Notes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Sentinels of the Multiverse.
No, that's a board game. I said video games.
No,
Did you guys play-
Just stop. We
I will
have
stop.
a get to know
Stop.
the crew
Wait a minute.
segment that we're jumping
Oh,
over.
Jesus.
In my cup. Down
Here's
goes
Johnny.
Frasier.
For those of you who aren't watching our Twitch stream, my dog just knocked over some lights.
Anyway, Hammy has
In-
a question for us this week.
You have a magic umbrella. He's Mary Poppins.
We knew it. I have a question first. Chris, does it make you feel comfortable to continuously hold your controller like you're playing?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Otherwise,
controlling
I'm gonna
this
be doing shit with
podcast.
my hands, and you guys are gonna flick me shit. So it keeps my
It's
hands
practice.
stable.
A,
Practice.
Mikey talk. B, Hammy talk. Anyway, Hammy has a question for us for the Get to Know the Crew segment this week. So, Hammy? Oh my god.
What
I
is your
told you to write it
favorite?
down.
No, I got it. What's your favorite non-geek culture hobby? That's my question for the week. And Duncan, we'll start with you.
Football. Football. And the side of football.
And he's talking about soccer.
No, I'm talking about American football. It is, I live and breathe it. I can literally not go a day without watching something about football. I'm reading about it constantly. So that is definitely it for me. So football
Here's
is
a problem.
my life.
Chipotle
It's actually
is
pissed
my
me off
life.
that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is kind of intruded. It's bullshit.
All right, Mikey.
Sports? Kind of the same line of Mike. Football, basketball, baseball, all of it. As working in a sports and hat store, it kind of involves my everyday life anyway, so it works out. But same line. It's kind of boring, but we're definitely also sports driven outside of our video game world.
Chris.
Except for Chris. He's
Yeah,
stupid.
I'm trying. I'm really excited about us doing fantasy football this year.
Yeah, okay. I have to bring this up, Chris, and I'm sorry, but Chris's genius idea with his first overall pick was to grab a defense, and he was totally serious.
totally.
Wait, we're not
I
doing
got
a
this.
defense.
I
We're doing
got
individual
this.
players.
I know. That's what I told
Okay.
him.
Are we going to do that in that league too?
What?
I couldn't hear you. He's breaking up.
2 leagues.
Why do we do 2 leagues?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
we're
have
gonna
a
do
league,
2
and then we're
leagues.
gonna do a Blue Collar Geeks league.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of work, but okay.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
It's
come
more
on.
So much work. Okay.
Mike, you're a dick.
So is that your favorite hobby? Your favorite hobby, Chris? I didn't hear your hobby.
Oh, I hunt and fish a lot, especially during the summertime. But my new hobby that I'm trying to get into that I thoroughly enjoy is disc golf. But I think that's still probably a little geeky. So
Nah.
Nah,
I
a little
love it.
hipster-ish,
It's so
but
much fun.
Not geeky.
Hammy?
I am sadly with you two douchebags. I love football. I love basketball. I enjoy disc golf as well. I haven't played in a while, but we need to play some more. And geocaching. I do like geocaching as well. That's a lot of fun. I haven't done it
Well,
as much
since
as
everybody else,
winter time, but I really do enjoy geocaching.
since everybody else went sports, I'll just go ahead and switch mine, and I'll go with I like fire. I'm a pyro. I like to burn
In
things.
Baltimore.
That explains the
Oh,
red
God.
hair.
that was
No.
Oh God. Oh God. I would never say a joke like that ever.
Ever.
It's funny because I stole that joke from you assholes.
Hey, I
but we weren't
say
live
shit like that
then. You're a big man when the camera's not on.
And
I'll say it. I don't give a fuck.
Some of our followers here on Twitch are commenting. Sierra likes hockey and fire. Kui likes geocaching and electronics.
Yeah, boy, Quee. I don't
Team
Quee.
fire.
Well,
Otherwise known
I'm
as-
more of a waterbender.
Well, it's more Team Redbeard.
Yeah, team fire and fire crotch.
Haha.
So the carpets match the drapes.
They
Got it.
do.
I don't have a carpet. Whoa,
Why am I
what's
getting
that
weird
noise?
Feedback.
Sorry.
That was Chris. Too
Did you
close to
hear
your phone or
panting?
something. No, does
Yeah,
your
it's
dog
close
have a
to
metal
moose.
plate in his head? It seriously is
You got
like
close to
"Eh."
All right. All right.
Oh,
Now
so
we
do it
can
now.
move on to the games and board games to rate for this week. So
Wait,
Mike-
Mikey, wait. Sorry. Before we go further,
skip
you
him.
did play. Fuck your couch. You did play a new game this week. We should do this. I mean, if it's a new game that you haven't played before, Borderlands.
I did. I played Borderlands, the pre-sequel, this week. Something I had not previously had played at all before. So
Dabble.
it was. Yes, we dabbled.
Elaborate.
Hammy and I played some multiplayer cooperative story mode thing, Bob. So it was interesting, totally different, funny, cartoony, totally something outside the norm for me. So it was a lot of fun. Still a shooter, but definitely a lot of fun. So I enjoyed it. We really didn't get that far into it. So
No, we just got to like where the story actually kind of starts. So
yeah. So it was a good
So
start
you
so
just
far.
you just clicked the campaign mode, and then once it loaded, you turned it back
no,
off.
smartass.
Yep.
There's some build up, like as far as laying out where the story starts. You stupid ginger, soulless person.
So you let the
yeah.
cutscenes play, and then you turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. Thank you.
But yeah, no, it was fun. I anticipate Hammy and I will probably be going through doing this campaign together. Yeah.
Tonight,
Can 3 people play?
yeah, 4 people
I
can
think
play.
4 can all play together.
Yeah, but thanks
Son
for
of a
thinking of me,
bitch.
Mike, you prick.
We didn't
Hey.
want to fail, so.
I know
Oh,
your
good
life.
point. That's
I know your life.
justifiable.
Except Hammy drove us off a cliff and into the oblivion
3 times in a row.
in a row. He
The driving controls are a little goofy. You naturally want to pull back to like tip your vehicle up, but it turns out that throttles you down and you dive straight down into lava.
Yeah.
Not that
his
fun.
pullback game was weak.
It was. Good thing they have the morning after.
Okay.
All right.
That's inappropriate.
So
Accidentally give a girl Viagra instead of the morning after pill. Damn it!
Shit.
I
Okay,
wonder if that
so
speeds up pregnancy.
All right, moving on.
uh,
Board game we're rating this week is Sentinels of the Multiverse that Chris and Mike played.
yep.
So please tell us
What'd you
your
think?
experience.
I'm gonna let Chris go ahead and describe the game fully, but what I'll do is get my rating out of the way. This game was pretty cool. The concept was pretty cool. You have cards, you have your own powers type situation. I picked the fucking weirdest character of all time.
Suicide
And-
Steve.
Yeah, he was a guy who every time he attacked, he actually turned around and hurt himself. So it was really weird.
So true emo.
The wording of all of the cards and everything was super shoddy. Just like, wait, it was really confusing. Again, it was a really cool concept, but I give this game like a 6.5 out of 10 inches deep.
Son of a bitch.
It's just it was just okay. I mean, it was really confusing. I'd play it again for sure, but it was just really confusing, and we had to sit here and go like, "Do you think that's how they mean it?" We did that like 15 times. So
Yeah.
that's what I think.
So, Sentinels of the Multiverse is a cooperative card game. It's not like a deck builder. You essentially pick your superhero, and your superhero has his own separate deck, and your deck is full of equipment, superpowers, things like that. And you only get to draw 4 cards at a time, so it's completely random what you're equipping yourself with. You are attacking a main boss. He has his own deck of cards that's full of minions or
Chris, you're talking
special
with your
attacks. Damn.
So?
See, I'll hold on to my controller. He has minions, special attacks, things like that he's throwing at you. And on top of that, you also are fighting in an environment that you choose. And that environment is also throwing things at you. So you could have a giant monster attacking you, or somebody, a train coming off the tracks. And each of those environment monsters have their own hit points that you have to take down. Your main boss has hit points, and also the minions that he throws at you also have their own separate hit points. So you're attacking all these different things at the same time as a team, and your cards will either attack those guys or help yourself or help your teammates. So everybody kind of gets in on this giant strategy of how to take this guy down. We played the easiest guy out of the box, which I think didn't help. I think we all kind of like a little bit of, I don't know, what would you say? For it to be a little bit hard, some competition, and we really
Smashed
didn't
him.
get below, we didn't lose a lot of life. We completely destroyed this guy. This game has a lot of math. There's a lot of stuff you have to keep track of. Like, let's say I give everybody +1 attack points. You have to remember that, and I'm one of 4 guys playing, so they could be doing the same thing that also has a different type of adjustment to your numbers you're using. So there's a lot of stuff to keep track of, but like I said, when you play any board game for the first time, it sucks. And it's only when you find your rhythm, you get how the game works, do you really start to enjoy it. So yeah, we'll probably have to play it again for you kind of to see how the game's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sentinels of the Multiverse, it's one of my favorite games. I give it about a 8.5 out of 10 because of the math, because of the amount of stuff that you have to keep track of. But it's a really well thought out, well put together game. The only major problem that I have with this game is, some of the cards, some of the things you read, some of the powers, it's obscure. Like the way they word things, it doesn't tell you exactly how it works. So based on what scenario you're in, you kind of have to make a judgment call or kind of house rules with a lot of different stuff. So it's a good game. It just, you got to have some nerds who play board games play this game.
Gotcha. What would you, in saying that, I mean, like, what would you say this level is, like, as far as, knowledge that you need to have for board games to play it?
Experience. This is not an entry game for people. There's so many mechanics that are in play at one time that the best way to play this game is with people who are experienced in board games. There's no other way around it.
All right.
Next.
Go ahead, Mike.
Awkward talent, yeah.
Next is our coming soon.
What is next?
Coming soon. God, would you get your life together, please?
Yeah.
So, we've already talked about this. The Witcher 3 is coming out on the 19th. Me and
Talk about
Chris
it
have
more.
already pre-ordered. Hang on. Me and Chris have already pre-ordered it. It's already downloaded on mine. But it's going to be incredible. The Griffin scene that they show on YouTube looks super, super dynamic. I mean, you're chasing this thing through the freaking forest. You find a peak that it sits on. You run up there and kill it. Plus the freaking, I don't even know what they call it, the freaking deer-looking one with 3 eyes. These creatures just look absolutely insane. And I can't wait to play it and, you know, not have to worry about, like, with Chris, he played Dragon Age, how he had to manage his whole team's inventory. Just having to manage one person is enough. So The Witcher is going to be perfect. That comes out on the 19th. Do you want to talk more about it, Chris?
No, I'm just stoked that I don't have to manage 10 people. Like, I could barely do that. And it's going to be pretty refreshing to focus on one guy and just kick ass with one dude. God, to not have to worry about a whole team. Like, even in Dragon Age, you have to pause the fight scenes and, like, strategically place people in different areas based on where you're fighting. With this, being able to just walk up, hack and slash, and use your potions, use your shit, and not have to worry about strategizing so much. You just strategize on the fly with a single character. This is going to make the game for me. I'm willing to put the hours in. You know, I'm super excited for it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that definitely sounds more intriguing, just being one person instead of a bunch.
See.
And then we're going back to Wolfenstein, which we've talked about in an earlier episode. The Old Blood, which is the prequel to what was this fucking last one called?
Has anybody played that yet? Because it's supposed to be amazing.
I haven't.
I haven't got a chance to, no.
Damn.
And then
I
that
also
comes out
heard
on
great things, though.
Yeah, that comes out on May 5th in Project Cars.
For $20.
Which I'm excited for. Well, yeah, Wolfenstein?
Mm-hmm. Which I'm surprised if it's a full game for $20. That's awesome.
It's going to be a prequel. But, yeah, it's going to be cool. And then you got Project Cars, which is a car sim that I'm excited about for May 12th. So,
Yeah, just next month's kind of big releases that haven't been talked about in a while, so going back over them.
and then game release countdown. We don't really, again, what I'm counting down for is The Witcher. That's what I'm
counting down
for.
Batman.
Me too. That's all I'm waiting for in life. Give me a minute.
Deals of the week are going to be fairly similar to last week, but there is a new sale. So you still have your same free games as Pool Nation FX, Child of Light, but there is a sale on like the Capcom games, and games that have to do with Star Wars are going to go on sale on May 4th, which will be pretty cool. So you have Angry Birds Star Wars, which is $10. Dance Central Spotlight, which is $5. Hammy.
Need
I'm
to
all
play
over
this.
it. I'm all
Madden
over it.
15 is $24. Just get EA access. It's way better. And Project Root, which I have no idea what that is, but it is $6.99. It's a brand new game that just came out, an indie game, but I have not got a chance to peek at it yet. PS4, their new games for May that will be coming out. For the free games will be Guacamelee and a game called Ether. That's it.
Very nice.
Ether. Sounds fun.
Just huff it.
Yeah, just put it in a rag, put it over your friend's face, and call it a day.
Exactly.
Sounds great.
But now we're going
All right.
to Mikey. Do you have commercials up?
I don't have that one for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, that's in mine. That's fine. We can play it next week. We can kind of
Okay.
leave the commercial stuff for next week till we figure out our audio, if that's easier for everybody.
Yeah, we should figure out your internet too.
Is it bad?
Every now and then.
Eh.
Damn.
For me, all of you sound a little bit robot-y every once in a while.
Maybe I am. Can't think about
All right.
that.
Fucking ears.
All right, fun news.
The
fucking
fun
news.
news.
The
That news.
Marvel Dice
All right,
Masters just released DC.
Yep, the Justice League starter
got a
pack, and I total nerd boner.
Just one.
I've only played this game. Mike, how many rounds have we played? Like 5, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because you're up 3-2 on me.
Yeah, that's right. I dominate. But yeah, I'm super stoked. Like, I mean, we just got into this, and I'm so excited for DC to be involved. Just even more characters, more strategizing. It's gonna be awesome. We need to go buy some.
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, they're not. They probably aren't in the stores yet. They just technically hit stores today, which is probably just East Coast. So, but
If
we'll
we're
keep our
getting-
eyes
It'll
peeled.
take a while to get them here. You can buy it on Amazon for $20 plus shipping, which is not a bad deal. I paid $40 for the original starter packs that are now $15 because I'm an idiot. But yeah, $20 for DC, and if it's all interchangeable, so it's balanced enough to where you can play it with Marvel. If you're a Yu-Gi-Oh person, you can play it with Yu-Gi-Oh. They have a Dungeons and Dragons one too, which actually kind of sounds interesting. But yeah, the idea that you can have Joker play Captain America is awesome. So I want it so bad.
Yeah.
Nice. And Mr. Binge Watcher over there. What did you
So,
learn
yeah,
about
me and
Agents of
Hammy-
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Me and Hammy can kind of talk about this. The latest episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of preps you a little bit for the Avengers Age of Ultron, which is really cool. In the movie, in the show, I'm still not entirely sure what Theta Protocol is, but at the end of the episode, you have Coulson sitting there, and he says, yes, Theta Protocol is ready. It's time to bring in the Avengers. So it's pretty cool that they're taking the show, which the first season led directly into Captain America Winter Soldier. And now the second season is taking them directly into the Age of Ultron movie. I'm really curious to see what next week's episode is. I have to kind of watch the movie before that, I feel like, because I feel like the season finale
Yeah, I
of the
feel like
show might spoil the
it's gotta
movie a
go.
little bit. But yeah, I don't know about you, Hammy, but I think that's fucking badass how they're keep taking that movie or keep taking the show and leading it into the movies.
Yeah, that's great. If they can keep that going and keep movies going and following everything in the same timeline, it's just awesome. I mean, it gives you something for the movies that I know that I love, you guys love. Just like some stuff to keep you going in between when those movies are coming out. And it's a great show in general too. So it's just, got full of character information, stuff like that, and action, surprises, goodies. I like it. Sky's hot.
Yeah. Oh, Sky's so hot. Fucking A. Now I understand why you got like all the offensive, like, no, you didn't see Sky, you don't know. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. But
I
now you
understand.
can. Now you get. Now you got.
But I wonder if she can use her earthquake abilities for something else.
Oh God.
There you go.
Oh man. Well, goodbye, all women listeners.
It's I just wanted to go ahead and get this out here. My pleasure stick of the week is her earthquake abilities. So
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, that's Mike's big reveal for the
And
week.
she's earthquaking
Yes.
the pleasure stick, which is what he's trying to say.
Yes.
You didn't catch that.
The other big reveal of the week is the Black Ops 3 trailer.
oh, that happened.
Who saw it?
I didn't watch it.
I saw it.
All right,
I
3 out
actually
of 4.
saw it and refused.
Well,
It's like, no.
Mike
I
is
saw it. I'm
completely
not-
anti Call of Duty now.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, it
I'm
still
over
has some boost jumping type stuff. There's wall running now.
No.
I don't know. It's kind of bummed me out. I'm kind of over the whole Future War shit, but it does have co-op campaign, which is cool.
That's
And
great.
it does have zombies. It is Treyarch, so it'll be good zombies. I mean, I love those games for the multiplayer, and it's again, I'm still most likely gonna buy it and see how it goes. Hopefully, it's not as they're saying it's not gonna be as much boost jumping. It's gonna be more of a controlled side to side type boost, not like a straight elevated boost where you can just jump over the map instantly. So we'll see.
Yeah, on top
Still
of
not
that,
down for the exosuits, but
yeah, on top of that, it is set further in time than Advanced Warfare. It's set in 2060. With that, there's also they added in specialist classes. So there's now 4 types of people you can be. So instead of just a generic character, you're actually picking one of 4 different people. One of them has like the Titan Smash from Destiny, something just like that as a special ability. The other one's got a compound bomb with explosive bolts. Another one's got a pistol that's like a one-shot kill and has penetration ammo, so it can kill 2 people if you line them up.
so we got the golden gun
Yep.
from Destiny. We got
I
the
mean,
Titan
they're
Smash
ripping
from
Destiny off because someone was explaining
Yeah.
it, and it basically builds up like your super does in Destiny. So it's not like an all-time thing. It's just like, it builds up and then you can use it. So yeah, definitely the golden gun. The fact of using that. The one that kind of pisses me off is there's it's like a robot type character, and his special is what they call glitch. And basically, they were saying like if you run around a corner, you got 3 people aiming at you. There's a super that allows you to go back a few seconds to where you were. So basically, you glitch back around the corner. But I mean, they're saying it doesn't
Hang on a sec, guys. I'll be right back.
doesn't reload ammo or your health. But I mean it basically puts you back where you were a few seconds ago. So something that pisses people off you're actually putting in a game now.
Yeah, they're getting too complicated. I would love for them to go back to primary gun, secondary, 3 perks, your grenades, have fun on a map. I would love for them so much so to go back to that. This shit's getting too much as far as special abilities.
I don't like the theme.
I don't
Yeah.
really.
Like
But-
at all. They keep going down that, and all I've seen online is that people want it to be more true to what it used to be, instead of this weird advance. Like it's humans against mech/humans.
Yeah, that's like the basis of the campaign, it seems like, is how far is too far with technology and that they're using basically...
I think I've seen this before. It's called Terminator.
Yeah.
Skynet's up. Skynet's up.
So, the only cool part is, so multiplayer co-op campaign, up to 4 people online. Zombies will be its own like separate XP building, basically story. So it's going to be its own line, basically. So you kind of have 3 whole parts of this game with the multiplayer, the campaign, and the zombie campaign, basically. So there's 2 out of 3 that intrigue me. The multiplayer is really killing this series, though. I think they're just trying to do too much because they explained it like, oh yeah, you can boost side to side, kind of like a controlled boost, and run up this wall and then jump and then slide backwards and shoot the guy who was following you. I'm like, I don't know about that, but we'll see. So, yeah. And it's already available to pre-order. And if you do pre-order, they're getting... Sometime they're supposed to release a beta for it that you can play if you pre-order. So,
Which is dumb. Betas should be free in some way. Like, I mean, most games have done it where it's free usually. Maybe like you buy a different game and the beta comes with it. But isn't the point of a beta to kind of test it out and see if you like it or see how it works? And I don't know, I think it's stupid. And let's see, they released that pre-order like 6 months in advance. Seems a bit excessive to me.
7
Is it 7? Yeah.
7 months, yeah.
Ridiculous.
It is. So. What I don't know is ridiculous or not is Batman number 40. Who knows about it?
That'd be Chris.
Yeah, fuckers, who knows about it?
I know about it.
Mr. Quiet Old Man down there in the corner.
Sorry. I'm playing with my dog by myself alone in the house. So Scott Snyder
That
and Greg
sounds
Capullo.
sexually awkward. No, keep
Shut
going.
up.
That's awkward. Stare into my eyes.
You were
Moose.
touching your Capullo, and you snidered everywhere.
Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo have done one of the best runs of Batman I've ever seen. You guys read the first part of it, Court of Owls, which is amazing. He's got sorry if you hear my dog growling. Moose, goddamn it. He's done a few trades after that, and their last issue with, I think, this whole story arc is number 40. This is extremely spoilerific, so if you do not want to hear this, plug your ears for
Batman dies.
Fuck, you're an asshole. So, it's the death of Batman and Joker, and that was so fucking loud, Mikey.
I'm upset! I
I
was gonna plug my ears.
I'm surprised that DC is allowing them to do this, but if there was a team that I would want to do it and to do it correctly, it would be them. And do you want me to talk about the end scene?
Yeah, you should.
Why not?
Mike's like, fucking just ruined my life. It's fine. Santa's not real. The Easter Bunny's fucking a figment of my imagination.
Remember, the Tooth Fairy is my mom.
My mom steals my shit. So the ending scene is they're both in a cave after a battle, and you see the Joker there lying in a pool of his own blood, and Batman's just lying there completely exhausted, and he goes, "Let's just rest, old friend." He says that, and at that moment, the top of the cave collapses and crushes both of them.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So now I have to buy everything they've ever done up until that point. But it's very cool that DC allowed this to happen. Of course, this is right before Convergence that we talked about in the last episode, where they take all the multi-universes, clash them together, and make one. So they can possibly pull a Bruce Wayne Batman out of one of the other universes and keep going from that. But this is a canon DC Batman death, and same with Joker, and that's fucking awesome.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hammy looks
I do.
pissed.
No, sorry, I was watching not the basketball game.
You son of a
Damn it,
bitch!
Hammy.
That's why you're so
no.
quiet.
How does nobody else hear it?
I hear it. I just ignore it.
I hear it. I'm just trying
Oh,
to
you hear
ignore
it? I
it.
could have turned it down. I didn't know you could hear it.
No, it's just
I
not
can't even
totally
hear it.
rude. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, I want to read them all now too, because I kind of want to see that build up to that, because that just sounds really like heart wrenching. And if you ever played Arkham City, you get that same feel playing that game. I won't spoil it because I'm not a dick.
It's been out
Yeah,
forever.
well, screw it.
Spoil
The game's been out forever. Yeah, Joker dies in the game essentially, and
Played it.
Batman carries him out very slowly, and it's very sad. And then Batman kind of goes into like a deep dark depression for like the DLC that you can play. You can play as Nightwing and Harley Quinn's Psycho after that. But yeah, so I mean that'd be kind of, just from playing that makes me kind of interested to see what they did with the death of him in that. So
It makes me
But see,
wonder if these people are, or if Batman is actually like an infant, like not an infant, but like a 3-year-old, and Joker's like a 3-year-old, and everyone in that universe is like a 3-year-old, because they're all like, "I hate you," and then once they're dead, they're like, "I love you."
Well, it's been the ongoing narrative that, Joker gives meaning to Batman's life, gives him a fucking reason to be, because Batman considers Bruce Wayne to be his costume. So Batman has to come to the, conclusion that it is okay for him to dress in a suit and beat the shit out of people, and the person that gives him the most meaning to do that is the Joker, because he's the most fucked up out of all of them, and he normally has his hand in everything that's going on with everybody else. He's like the mastermind of all of Gotham. So the idea that his arch nemesis, the yin to his yang, just fucking died, it makes sense that, they've been battling for so long, he respects him that much. But that's getting way too deep into Batman.
Oh, I'll go deep with you on Batman.
I'll go so deep into I'll go 10 inches into Batman.
Oh, brown wiener on screen.
Yes, my wiener.
Frankie!
And for the podcast listeners, that means Mike's dog is there.
Yeah,
that's
Mike's rubbing his wiener. It's adorable.
Stroking.
Now he's stroking.
Oh, sorry, stroking the wiener. All right,
Sierra
Hammy,
says she's watching our stream while streaming. Streamception.
What is Sierra stream?
It's like a stream inside a stream inside a stream.
Inside a stream inside a stream.
I think she streams Minecraft.
Oh.
Talk about Destiny, Hammy.
Yeah, so Destiny
Hammy.
has a few new
Talk
things.
about your love.
So I watched a video on some of the upcoming features in the new House of Wolves, and one of the things I'm going to talk about is something that I'm very, very happy about. Is they have a new item that they didn't really clarify how you get this item. It's some sort of material, but what it essentially lets you do is it lets you upgrade your weapon to the current damage. So if you have old weapons from the first raid that you're using, like the Fatebringer, stuff like that, it's capped out at 300 damage. It's still one of your favorite guns, but it just doesn't have the same punch anymore. Now you can upgrade it to what the newer damage is going to be, which I don't remember exactly what it is, but it just lets you use those guns that you loved, and you can get them back up to where you wanted. Also, they're going to have a thing at the blacksmith where you can reforge weapons. So if you don't like some of the perks or abilities on the guns, and this also goes for armor as well, you can re-roll it, and you can get a chance for some different perks that maybe you like better that goes with what you're doing better. So that's kind of cool. So I'm kind of interested in that. Been playing Destiny a little bit more lately. Wouldn't say I'm fully back into it, but House of Wolves has got me kind of excited, so that's what I got.
Kind of excited.
And what about this new PvP mode?
PvP, it's 3 versus 3. You don't respawn. You have to be revived by your teammates. So definitely strategic. At first, when I first heard about it, I didn't know that it was no respawn and you can revive people. So you got to kind of play it pretty smart. So I actually kind of am excited about that too. Because sometimes just doing deathmatch or domination, whatever they call it in that game, just gets a little chaotic and a little too much to handle for a while. So to be able to play a game with just 2 of your friends where it's totally strategic, you have to kind of stay together. You have to try and get them away from your teammate if he dies so you can go respawn him. It makes it kind of interesting. So, I mean, we'll see how it actually works once it's actually out, how well it actually works, how well people play together.
No,
but it sounds fun. So.
Is it round-based, or is it just like
I didn't
die and game over?
I would assume round-based. I don't think they'd make a whole game where it's just, Chris, why'd you zoom out? It's really white. I would assume it's round base. I don't think they would.
See, Chris, that would have been way cooler if you did, Scorpions get over here, but you're not that smart.
Damn it. I can't do it again because then it's a hack job.
All right. This next topic doesn't really require any comment, but I kind of want to hear what you guys think. The Halo Championships have been plagued by connectivity issues.
Hey, weird.
Surprise!
Just because I couldn't stop laughing at this.
Yeah, it's for $3,000. Let's play. Maybe you should have put that $3,000 into making sure your internet works.
Yeah, it's just terrible because they've had connection issues since the launch of the game, and they're having their friggin' Halo Championship tournament, and still can't get it to work right. I just thought that was funny.
Oh yeah.
Do we
I
know?
read that and just was like, wow.
Are they relying on the same servers for Halo 5 as they are right now?
I sure hope not.
I don't know if they are or not. So.
But remember, when the beta came out, it was working 10 times better than what freaking Halo Master Chief Collection was working. So
beta was smooth.
If you get peanut butter, get smooth.
Get smooth.
Okay.
CJ.
Something I know a few of us are excited about. They are coming out with a new Dragon Ball series called Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
live action.
No.
They're doing animated as well. They're also coming out with a live action Dragon Ball Z.
No one
this
cares
one's
about
going to be
that. This
anime.
is anime. This is them going back to making an anime. It's not in English. It's going to be in Japan. But
Oh no!
the English dub, the English
take
dub version
it.
is probably not far behind. They were saying, considering how popular it is all over the world and in the U.S. especially. So we'll probably get it
I'm all
fairly
over this.
soon after it releases. So yeah, I mean, I love the series. Back in the day, I always loved that show. So
Yeah, 18
I'd
years
totally be
since
down
the
with the new
last
one. So yeah, so that'd be cool.
A long time.
Yep. So Batman Arkham Knight, we all know that's coming out.
Mike's like, Dragon Ball. Move on.
Yeah, I'm not a Dragon Ball guy, but with Arkham Knight coming out, of course, most of the games that get released today come out with season pass, but most of the time they're $20. This one is going to be $40 for the Arkham Knight, or Arkham Knight season pass.
$100.
Anybody else a little peeved about that?
A little bit,
Hammy?
but if they give me enough stuff to justify the $40 and I get more Batman,
Well, here's
want
what
more
they're
Batman.
giving you. They're giving you new content at least once a month for the first 6 months.
and that's a good amount of content. And I was reading it was, different tracks for races, which I don't really care about, but more story missions, stuff like that, and that makes me happy. It does suck that it's $40, and it also sucks that they have a premium edition that costs the exact same if you were to buy the game and the season pass separate. So it kind of defeats the purpose, but I'll still buy it. So I can't be that upset about it.
Chris, you looked like you had some feelings over there.
I want to boycott the shit out of that. I don't want to buy their DLC because that's insane. They said that some of the content is new bosses and new missions. That shit should be in the game. If they already have it right now and they're planning to sell it as a package, what the fuck, man? I mean, they're essentially selling a $100 game. So you either get half or 3/4 of the game for $60, or you pay $40 for that last quarter of the game. So it's even so far out of proportion based on the price of that DLC. That's nuts. You just have a few more tracks and a couple more story missions. It doesn't make sense, and I do not want to support the idea that this is what the video game ecosystem is going to turn into. I know it's almost already there, but fucking $100 for a game. God damn you, Hammy.
I'm gonna buy it. That's all there is to it.
Hammy
when I say I'm
loves
gonna
that
buy it,
series.
I might wait for like the first 2 months to actually see like what they come out with on that DLC to see if it's worth it. But I'll probably beat the game and then want it whenever I beat the game. So, but I do want to at least. I'm not gonna buy it right off the bat. I want to wait, see what kind of stuff they come out with, see what people say about it, and then I'll buy it. But it is frustrating. I do see where you're coming from with the fact that, especially for bosses and stuff like that. I mean, when games have an add-on, it's like a whole other world to it, a whole other different series, kind of like a whole separate story. That's cool. But when you're adding, like you're saying, with just another boss to the mission where it probably needs to be there to complete the story, it's kind of sketchy. And oh, hey, here, let's buy 2 games, even though it should be 1 game. So,
Especially when it's almost the price of another game.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
it's a lot of money.
So,
A lot
Yeah.
of money. It better be worth it, though. It looks badass.
Mikey, what do you
Chris,
think?
I'm just waiting for them, they'll release it, they'll buy the DLC, and then like 3 months on, ooh, even more DLC for another $20. And then you're like, oh,
Yep.
cool.
Right, more playable characters. I mean, there's
Yeah, they're just going to butt rape you for as much as they can, it sounds like.
But it doesn't sound like there's that big of an uproar. I mean, IGN had a little video about it, but I haven't seen, any massive, like, gamers going, fuck you guys, we're not even going to buy this game. I mean, even with all the Halo shit going on, I don't see anybody going, nope, we're not going to buy Halo 5 day one. Nothing. So they can do this because they are going to make money doing it, and money talks.
Yeah, because we still want to play that damn game. We want to hope that it works. We want to hope that we can justify that $40 DLC purchase. We want it to be there. We want it to be worth it. Sometimes it's just sadly not, and the companies are just going to keep putting it out there, even if it doesn't work. So
I'm going to play devil's advocate here and say I spent $20 on the DLC for the season pass for Destiny. And the amount of content that they have put out in the months that, have led from the release, which was November? Was it November?
I think it was a little before that.
Well, either way, they're right around 6 months. I don't feel like they released jack shit, really. I mean, I understand that they had DLC. 2 expansions. They're going to have 2 expansions. But in comparison to saying, hey, we're going to release once a month for the first 6 months, more content for you to play, that's better than what Destiny did by a long shot.
Yep.
Just depends what they define as content per month.
That is
the question.
Yeah.
Okay, first month we were going to give you 1 new track.
1 new punch. 1 new combo.
New
right.
Story mission.
We added a pause menu.
Yeah, I mean it's so vague, and it's so close to release that it's like, okay, cool, yeah, 1 thing a month, or one set of things per month, but what is it?
And they can do what they want. They keep it so vague. We buy shit before we even know what it is.
Yeah,
like the 7-month pre-order for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had 1 reveal trailer, and a couple people have played it so far. So
The game is stupid. Calling it biggest disappointment of the year. That game.
I actually read an article how multiplayer gaming is killing the gaming industry for AAA titles.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It was pretty
Because it's super fun.
Focus on multiplayer co-op. I'm always down with that.
Yeah, have a campaign that you can play with more than just yourself, more than one person. If you do co-op campaigns, you're immediately opening your game up to a whole nother group of people.
Yep, that was one of their biggest arguments, was the fact that they have been so focused on the multiplayer aspect that the campaigns and games over time have just begun to be shit. They don't put any time and effort into it. They're not as good as the previous ones,
And with the storylines that these
Content.
games have, they have no reason to have shitty campaigns.
Yeah.
No. But and the thing though, with games like Call of Duty, I would still buy it if there was no campaign. I mean, they're usually fun. I usually use them as time killers if there's nothing else going on. But now with this new Call of Duty, I'm more looking forward to the multiplayer campaign and zombies than I am the multiplayer. And so it's
I don't
just
feel like
certain
doing
games don't
cocaine
need
every
it.
night of the week.
That's just because you're
how you
bad,
have to
bro.
No, you have to play the game like that. I mean, I've been
No, you do.
playing it since Call of Duty 4, and it was still really Twitch type, shooting then. And it's
It
just
was much more
progressively
controlled
gotten.
than.
Yeah, it's progressively gotten to the point where it's just you are a
I just
zombie
want 3
or a
perks.
robot.
See,
Primary,
that's
secondary.
the thing. They're trying to sell it as a faster pace. They're trying to go faster pace than the previous one. It's like, you don't need to do that.
Pretty
But
soon they're
that's
going to
their
have
selling
the.
And their
They're
maps
gonna
are
have
getting
the thing.
smaller and smaller.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to have the little
Terrible.
disclaimer on the bottom that says, "This game has caused heads to explode." It's fucking ridiculous.
Necks have broken.
But they have a lot to compete with, especially coming this fall, when you're going to have games like Battlefront to where it's the opposite. It's not going to be that quick reflex, shoot somebody in the face with a sniper rifle. Fuck you, Hammy.
It wasn't
What?
me.
And it's more tactical positioning. I mean, that's like what's taken off with Battlefield. People are getting away from the Call of Duty, and it's getting boring and repetitive. Or they're just hating the fucking theme, which is just painful.
drives me absolutely crazy, as we've said there, this has been said for, year in, year out with Call of Duty. It launches in this area where all these really good games come out, and the game is still going to sell millions upon millions of copies, and it's going to get the money that they need in order to do the next game that comes out and does the same fucking thing. And they'll constantly get the money. It doesn't matter that Star Wars Battlefront's coming out. It's not going to matter. It's going to be something to compare it to, but they're still going to sell the copies, and they're still going to get all that. And instead of us being able to, get them to change by affecting them with our wallets, everyone's just going to buy it anyway. They need to go back to what worked instead of keep pushing and pushing and pushing it. Like, I understand you can't just be dormant in the gaming world, but you also have to know what works. And pretty soon the speed is going to die off. It's going to become a problem, and that's my biggest problem with Battlefield Hardline is it went away from Battlefield's speed moved more towards the Call of Duty side. So
Yeah.
I think with video
doesn't-
games, it takes
speed
a
doesn't
while
kill.
for them to evolve.
Yeah, and I think Call of Duty especially is at this crossroads of what do we do next. And what were they putting it at? They kind of compared it to the same time frame.
RoboCop.
When they, when they went to Modern Warfare, to kind of the area they were trying to go there, but that obviously worked out pretty well. Where what upsets me, what they did with Call of Duty is everyone asked for them to go back to a World War II or World at War type era game.
And here's what they did.
Yeah, they basically said, "Nah, we're gonna do what we want." And there was definitely speculation that they go in threes of series, so it was going to be Black Ops 3, and that's what it was. And so they did, but they decided to go more forward with it, and I don't know. I'm just not sure. After Advanced Warfare, this series is dying, in my opinion.
Yep.
But are you guys going to buy the game?
No.
Not day one.
I'm not.
No, this probably will be, not a day one anymore. Like Cam was saying, the campaign, but then zombies is so huge that that's a big part
Yep.
of that. Him and
See, and that's the only thing that kills me is this last one with Advanced Warfare. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The campaign was great. It was really fun. It was cool as hell. But outside of the campaign, you still want to be able to do something. And if I'm not into cracking myself out and going on and dying 400 times because I don't have ridiculous Twitch reaction skills, I can't play it.
Or
That's
nunchuck
stupid.
skills or bow staff skills.
Yeah. Magic mage skills.
So,
But like I was saying, you guys bought the last version. So did I, and the DLC pack before it even came out, and I don't even play the game.
didn't buy the
It
DLC
takes. So they produce a game once and sometimes twice a year. So it takes a couple of years for them to get the feedback of our sales have slowed down, people are not buying this, and it takes a couple of games for you to get a bad taste in your mouth. We're like, fuck this, I'm not buying it day one. So it takes a few years for the developers to even evolve to what's really happening.
Well,
'Cause they're
that's the
looking
thing.
at
They have
numbers.
3 different companies that work on this game, as far as the series. And
That's something that should work in their benefit. And I feel like they use it to go, oh, well, it's not our fault.
yeah, and, everyone with Advanced Warfare, Sledgehammer did it. No offense, Sledgehammer, but everyone kind of threw you under the bus like, it's their first solo. That was kind of meh. So, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, Treyarch's coming back. Let's do this, zombies. And then they released what they did, and everyone's like, maybe not.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Cody kind of hit the nail on the head. When I play this game, I feel like I am Tom Cruise in Live, Die, Repeat.
It's fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's
All right,
not
boys.
beat this dead horse into the ground anymore.
It's so dead. It's
I
jerky
just
at
got
this
my
point.
hammer.
No, I'll put it away. It's okay. Mighty
We
Number
talked about
9
this
announced for September. We talked about it when?
last week.
Refresh.
I'm so pumped. Did you guys see gameplay on it?
What are we talking about?
It's fucking Mega Man. It is straight up Mega Man that got the treatment that it's supposed to get. It looks beautiful. I'm so excited for this freaking game. It doesn't look as hard. The levels look a little bit more spaced out than the original. Of course, it's going to be different, but I don't know how he's capable of doing this without any type of copyright infringement, but he's fucking blue. He looks exactly like Mega Man with like a freaking cannon on his arm. So, I mean, good on him. I want this game so bad. I want a good side scroller that I'm familiar with, get a little nostalgia point in, and yeah, it looks awesome.
So, Hammy, you looked a little confused. This is Mighty Number 9. Is
yeah,
a
I know
game
what it
that
is now. Once you start talking about it.
Well, yeah, it's produced by the same guy who made Mega Man, and it looks spot on. And yeah, Chris definitely hit the nail on the head. Going, how in the hell does he get away with this without any copyright issues? Like, I don't understand how he does it either. But I'm excited
Unless
for
he
it. I'm
owns it.
glad he's doing it, which he could own it. But I feel like the oh my god, that was Sega, right?
Yeah. No, Sega was the hardware. I'm sure it's some other company.
Konami.
I don't think so.
I don't really remember.
Oh, thank you.
It was better because I got delayed.
I think that's
So it's coming out in
my God,
September.
I just had an epiphany. If we go to Comic-Con next year, I want to go as Mega Man.
You mean when, not if?
Yeah, okay.
I want to go as Agent
When?
Carter.
I want to go
Really?
as Black Widow.
Yes.
Yes,
I'll
please.
I'll go as Mockingbird then.
There you go.
Nice.
Mikey, what's your transvestite of choice?
Mikey can be Sky.
No, he can't. He doesn't want to
too
show all
hot.
this guy.
I was gonna go as like Mini Hulk, but it's cool.
Mikey's Reyna. Mikey's gonna be Reyna.
That's funny. Wait,
Yeah, it is.
pre-Miss
It's funny because
Reyna
like he
or
doesn't know why
post-Miss?
it's funny. Post.
Okay.
Well, Mikey's
All right, the
horny.
next for news.
Thanks.
Seinfeld is coming to Hulu. For anybody over 29, 30 who probably has watched every episode of Seinfeld and appreciates it for the fucking god of a TV show it is, all of them are going to be released on Hulu. And when The Simpsons release all their shit on Hulu, my life will be complete, my head will explode, and I will need nothing else.
I'm Jerry Seinfeld.
What's up with my
that's
fucking
classic.
neighbors?
That sounded more
Welcome
like
to
Bill
every
Clinton.
episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah, nailed it. Nothing.
So that
Chris
is
is
it for the
upset.
news. That is it for the news today.
Chris is having a
What are you
moment.
doing? Is he fist
All right,
Hey,
pumping?
that was
Uh,
awesome.
Oh man.
Awkwardly?
We need to rate all of our beers we are drinking.
All one. Hammy, go.
Capcom, Quee, thank you.
Yeah. My Ninkasi Dawn of the Red is delicious. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5.
Whoa,
It's delectable.
5?
I'm the only one drinking beer, so I'm going to give it whatever the hell I
We
want.
need a cricket sound effect.
We really do. That was pretty good, right?
Well, thanks,
That sounded
Sammy,
spot on.
for that beer review.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. Good job.
Am I doing
All
this
right.
on the after show, Mikey?
No, you're doing it
Yes.
now. Oh,
All right. We can do it now. I don't care.
we got to document this shit. This
No
needs to
one
be.
cares.
So
All right.
the rules have
Probably
changed.
true.
The rules have changed.
All right, somebody play some NFL music.
Da-da-da, da-da-da, bah, ba-da-da, da-da-da, bah, ba-da-da, da-da-da, da-da.
All right, everyone.
Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da.
To update you, I challenge Mike every year to pick his top 10, what he thinks is going to happen in the NFL draft. He basically tells me what pick is, going to happen. There are some rules to it. If, a pick is traded to a different team or something, he can change who he thinks is going to get picked. With that, we have added some extra rules this year.
Because it's not fair that if I just get one wrong, I'm the only one drinking.
So the rule was originally that if he gets one wrong, Mike will be taking a shot. If he gets it correct now, the other opposing people will be taking shots. Chris,
sir.
Fuck, he's like an autistic little kid who only watches Sports Center.
He's the Rain Man of
fair.
the top 10 draft.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely Steve Hamstring. Yeah.
So right now we're
Okay.
going to get into what Mike's current top 10 picks are going to be this year in the draft. Mike?
So,
for
number
it.
one this year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selecting, they are dying at quarterback, and for whatever reason, their scouts are in love with Jameis Winston over Marcus Mariota. So,
Stoked.
Jameis Winston will be the number one overall draft pick going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, barring a trade. Number two, this is also barring a trade, but I think no matter what, at number two, you will see Marcus Mariota go second overall. Right now, Tennessee Titans are sitting there at the 2 spot, but the Browns are trying to trade up along with a couple other teams. So Marcus Mariota has gone at 2. Jacksonville is in dire need of pass rushers. So Leonard Williams is going to be probably the best fit for their defense, being a 4-3. They want some big boys rushing the passer on the outside. Their offense, they already have a young offense. So, I mean, with Marquise Lee at wide receiver and Blake Bortles at quarterback, and plus every other young receiver on their wide receiver core, I think it's time to focus on defense. So we're going to go defensive end, Leonard Williams. Oakland Raiders are at 4. They need something in that organization besides Derek Carr to show some consistency, and the only way to do that is to help what was somewhat consistent. So they will be drafting Amari Cooper at wide receiver to give Derek Carr some help, and hopefully they can find something in the free agency or something in camp that can stabilize that backfield, or draft in the second round. Number 5, I have Washington taking the linebacker Dante Fowler because they need help on defense, and they just lost Brian Arakpo. So they're going to need to fill that position in. The New York Jets are a defensively heavy team, so I have them taking another linebacker, Bud Dupree. This was the one I had the biggest struggle with because not only are they a defensive team, but they also love to pound the ball, and Todd Gurley is just going to be chilling on the board for him there. So they could flip-flop to go to Todd Gurley at running back, but I'm going to go with Bud Dupree. Chicago just lost Brandon Marshall, and they're looking to trade Martellus Bennett. So they lost 2 receivers there. I see them going back to receiver. So Kevin White, which the Raiders were kind of dabbling with him a little bit. He's going to be your more raw talent with a higher ceiling than Amari Cooper, but not as consistent. So I have them taking Kevin White. Atlanta needs help on defense. I think they should go corner, but I think with what I've been hearing, they're going to go linebacker, Vic Beasley. At number 9, the New York Giants just have to keep Eli Manning on his feet and make him not go, fuck, because he's not good even when he's got time. So I have them picking a guard, Brandon Scherf. And I have the St. Louis Rams at the number 10 spot, picking up Andres Pete, a defensive tackle.
All right. Mike's top 10.
That's my top 10.
We will see.
So, do they have to be picked in that order?
Oh,
and if
yeah.
they're out of okay.
Oh yeah, it's got to
'Cause
be. It's got to be like exact. Like I said, the only time he gets to change is if a team trades their pick to a different team, then he can, kind of rebuttal and decide who they may go with. But yeah, no, it has to be who he said at number 1, who he said at number 2. So
Yep. And
double shots for back-to-back picks wrong though.
So do you guys take double shots for back-to-back correct picks? Because I think you guys are going to be starting off with a nice fatty double shot.
Well, it would be one shot and then it would be a double.
So are we doing the shots at the very beginning of the next podcast prior to recording? Like just in a line?
I say we do them during.
Okay.
All right.
And Mike gets to, we'll figure it out.
And I will be consulting with Mikey during the draft, so that if there is a trade up into the top 10, I will inform him what I think my pick goes to, and he will be there to verify that. So.
Yeah. I think we're gonna Skype and
if not,
tomorrow, so.
if not, Hammy as well. Also.
Yeah. So.
Hammy, what time are you off tomorrow?
Late.
Fuck if I know.
All right. Well,
I'm scheduled off at 7.
But all right. Let's get into those picks of the week.
All right, boys, what's your pleasure stick?
Well,
I'm not going first.
Mike's is Sky. So, Hammy.
I'll go first. My pleasure stick, which I'm assuming I'm stealing from Chris at some point, is going to be Marvel Unlimited. For someone that has not been reading comics very long, this is amazing and overwhelming and amazing again. There's so many different things I want to read. It's nice. It lets you, I think, select up to 12 comics that you can have offline. So if you're ever somewhere without data, you can, catch up and read those, read a series if you want. So I'm keeping up on that, and I'm trying to read as much as I can. So that's been awesome. Because, I'm starting to run out of the stuff I bought at Comic-Con, and I don't really know where to buy them. At least Image stuff. I don't know where to get it around town.
Don't know where to get your fix.
No, I don't. So I'm going to have to order them. So that's going to take time. And I'm more of a
that's awesome.
Instant gratification kind
What are you
of guy,
reading them
so
on?
it's nice to have. So
What are you reading them on? What are you reading them
phone.
on?
My phone.
That works.
Yeah, it works. That's fine.
Okay. Mikey, what you got?
Quee says his pleasure stick.
Quee's pleasure stick of the week.
Well, my pleasure stick of the week is the NFL draft tomorrow. I enjoy sports, so yeah, I'm excited to. It sucks I can't go down and watch this with Mike. The last few years we've actually watched the draft together usually, so we're gonna Skype, watch it, and tally up some shots. So I'm excited.
We will be tallying shots.
So yeah, my pleasure stick is the NFL and shots.
Shots.
Mike.
Mine was going to be the draft, but since Mikey took it, I will go ahead and just admit my problem. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is my pleasure stick of the week. This show is super, super cool. I like the fact that, I wasn't super familiar with the Marvel Universe, and the show actually gets you deeper than just, the Avengers. It gives you more of, the third-tier characters and more of what's going on in the world, as opposed to just, here's 4 absolute powerhouses. So that is definitely my pleasure stick of the week.
Nice. Mine is Axe Cop, the comic. And if any of you guys have seen Cartoon Network, it is one and the same, and they're about as close as you can get to each other as they could be. This comic is written by a 6-year-old, and his brother is a professional artist. So the 6-year-old comes up with the stories, and the brother draws them deadpan serious, which is amazing. And it's a comic about a cop with an axe who has a partner who turns into a baby with a horn on his head that finds a dinosaur with machine guns for arms, and they chop off people's heads, and just total fucking random chaos. Let me tell you, if you want to get away from the comics that have you so ingrained in a storyline and a story arc, and sometimes that can get exhausting, and it's hard to really, keep reading all that stuff, especially if maybe you have a dark story going on. This is so much fun to read, and it is fucking hilarious. It's one of my favorite comics. I have, I think, 4 trade paperbacks. There's no super gruesome violence. There is heads being chopped off and stuff like that, something that I do allow my son to read because it's cartoonish, but it's so brilliant, and that's why Cartoon Network picked them up, and I think they have another season coming out too. So look for it. It's Axe Cop, and you can find it just about everywhere. It's from Dark Horse.
Very nice. All right. Well, that is all we have for this show this week. So, with that, guys,
Yeah.
Chris?
Should we tell people how to get a hold of us?
yeah,
Yes.
Chris will give
All right,
us
you-
the info.
You can find us on Twitter at BC Geeks. And be sure to send us
Hey, you got it
crazy
right.
photos and comments and tell us how ridiculous we are and any advice for the show, stuff like that, or just feedback, or just send us a middle finger and we will totally like it. You can also send us an email at bluecollargeeks@gmail.com. And you can do all of the same that I just mentioned. We are on Facebook. We actually have 2 Facebook pages. You can like us at Blue Collar Geeks Podcast, or you can friend us at Blue Collar Geeks on Facebook. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, remember, just the tip